Big Pit National Coal Museum is one of many reminders of Wales's coal mining past. It's now a museum and a UNESCO World Heritage Site.
As a child growing up in South Wales, coming to Big Pit was almost something of a rite of passage. I first came here when I was about 6 or 7 years old. Now, many, many years later, you can still come and visit Big Pit to get a real sense of what working here was like.
But before we can head down into the mine, I need to get kitted out.
Fits up on your helmet.
As we head to the lift to go underground, the reality of what working life was like starts to hit me.
Ooh, I wouldn't want to get stuck in here.
And it's a long way down, 300 feet to be exact. Paul Green is a former miner. He started mining at 15 years old and now gives tours to people who want to learn more about Wales's coal mining history.
There's a seam of coal.
Yeah.
So how we used to work with this is what we call a stall. So you'd have a man and boy working together. So with the age of a drilling machine, so they drill the holes in, they'd fire it, and then they'd fill it into the drums.
Drums like these would be used to carry the coal from the coalface into the lift and up to the surface.
The boy would fill it into the drums using this. It's what we call a tooling box. Now bear in mind what you're talking now on, not NCB or British Coal.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the mine owner, Mr. Jones owns the mine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Any small coal like this was no good, he wanted lumps.
He was the big bits.
He wanted
Yeah.
bits, yeah. But bear in mind back in those days, they only got paid for the amount of drums of coal that they filled.
Oh, I see. Okay.
So you see all the timbers around,
Yeah.
so they had to support the roof.
They had to do that themselves.
Yes. And not get paid for it.
In its heyday, this mine employed around 1,300 workers. They'd be down in the mine for 12 hours at a time. But it's not just the workers who spent time down here.
As you can see, the names that you see on the stalls, so we are told the actual name of horses that worked here.
Wow. So as digs go, they're not too bad actually.
No. Well, it's heyday, 72 horses working down here.
72.
You'd have a guy in charge of the horse called a hostler or holier.
Yeah.
And his duties would be to look after the horse. So they would work 8 hours a day. Mine worked 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fed and watered every 4 hours. Yeah. Fresh bedding put on. Stables would be cleaned out every day because of the manure given off methane gas, etc.
But did they ever take them up?
Yeah, they take them up on holiday time. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be like miners forfeit, as they used to call it, and let them run wild in the field.
Oh, well, that must have been, pit pony heaven for a couple of
Yeah,
weeks
well, they take them up on the night shift and also blindfolded because they'd be down
Of course.
in the dark, obviously.
Heading back up to the surface, I must admit, it's a good feeling coming back up to the light.
Cool. Do you know, I wasn't down there for very long, but I can tell you, in fact, when you've been back on the surface, what it must have been like when you've been down there for hours in the damp and the dark and the cold. I can't imagine, but I'm very pleased to be up here.
Big Pit will be celebrating its 40th anniversary next year. And it's been employing apprentices like Ben Munro to make sure that Welsh history can be passed on to the next generation.
Ben, I'm sure Paul wouldn't mind me saying, but you've got some very big shoes to fill when it comes to sort of taking over, and that's exactly what you're here and learning to do, really, isn't it?
Myself and my colleague Di, we are the first 2 mining craft apprentices that we've taken on, and we've been here now almost 6 years, learned an awful lot in the time we've been here.
Have you got any sort of family history of mining, or are you completely new to all of this?
Well, I myself, definitely 100% completely new to the whole. There's mining connections with my family, pretty much with every family within South Wales, I think, definitely. Yeah. But coming into it has certainly been, quite the adventure.
Do you feel a sort of weight of responsibility here in that you're sort of effectively responsible for keeping it alive, aren't you?
I think it is a very important responsibility though, because we get kids of all ages coming here and seeing things firsthand. It is very important to keep this sort of aspect of Welsh history alive.
Big Pit ceased production in 1980 and opened as a museum 3 years later. Former miner Mark Thomas now gives tours around another important area of the mine.
Well, Mark, we're in the baths, which are a little bit misleading because they're not baths, they're actually showers, aren't they? But to my mind, this is sort of almost, this is miners' welfare.
Big difference here back in 1939 when the baths opened. I was one of the first ones in Wales. They come up the pit then, first thing they want, a nice shower. Helps some productivity as well. You know, when I come up the pit, nice shower to go home to, rather than come up 12-hour shift, covered in coal dust, walk home, all weathers, then a little bath then, in a little tin bath.
There are showers, there are lockers, I mean, it's pretty well kitted out here, isn't it?
We are sitting here now, these are all the dirty lockers it has been called.
Right.
So when they come up the mine, obviously take their dirty clothes off, hang them, then you go in, have a shower, clean the best you can, then go then, the other end then.
What the hell are you doing?
So
Full of
then
faces.
you put your clean clothes on and go home. In the morning then you come in the opposite way. So you come in the clean way, take your clean clothes off, come back to your dirty locker, put your dirty clothes back on. A very nice that used to be.
I cannot imagine what it must have been like, but one thing that comes across is that everyone was in this together.
The camaraderie underground was immense. Everybody looked after each other. Very dangerous place to work. And when you come up to baths then, I explained to all the visitors, all the miners washed each other's backs. Unbelievable. And they can't get over that, how close the men were.
So I've got your bag.
Yeah.
Literally. Whilst I continue to soak up the atmosphere here, let's join Sean now, who's with the school that's taken the classroom outdoors.